Paleolithic era with the technology. I thought I was kind of little abreast, but I don't think so.
You
Yeah, and
know
you
what?
shaking your head like you know everything too. Okay. Okay, what's going on?
About I hate technology. I don't like it.
Me either. I don't like it either.
But doesn't matter if we like it or not, right?
Nope. It's here to stay.
Give me 1 second, okay?
Mm-hmm. How the kids and the wife, the beautiful wife.
God, pray for me. Pray for your boy.
That little girl just cracks me up, and that dog.
You know they over there. They ready to start cutting up. What
It's
you doing with
after
the
Christmas.
man?
Nobody should be everybody should be calm now.
Yeah. What you doing with the mayor? What you doing with the mayor?
Actually, what I'm doing, I just came in to East Orange. I just moved into a town called East Orange, and what I'm doing is, oh God, I found a lot of information. I'm getting these properties that city own. That's the thing. Getting these properties that city owns, seeing if I could get them under contract and I could rehab them.
Nice.
Yes, I
Nice.
mean, and I didn't, and then it's so funny because his chief of staff, that's what he actually does. So, and he's also a contractor too. So it worked out very well. I had political aspirations, and I do have political aspirations. I want to run for council, but they told me not just yet. Just get my name out there. So
What?
yeah, I've always been in politics.
Really?
Yeah, I've always been in politics. Always.
As much as I don't like that either, it has its place.
It has its place, but you know what? People don't understand that, and I didn't understand how people were so novice to politics, and that's why you can't get the services that you need because you don't vote.
Mhm. That's right. Wow. What city
Is
you
that
in,
from?
Trisha?
Hmm? Huh?
What city are you in?
I'm in Newark, New Jersey, but it's actually I just moved to East Orange, New Jersey.
Orange. Okay, yeah. A lot of
Hmm.
people up there.
Yeah, it really is starting to be a very, very, very. At once it was a very prominent town. This is the town where Whitney Houston is. Well, was rather. I'm sorry, but this is the town where Whitney Houston was. A lot of other Queen Latifah, everybody, and it's starting to come back again. Newark is really on the rise.
Hmm. So how may I serve you today?
Okay, I would like to know how to um, short sale foreclosure or pre foreclosure. How do I go
Yeah.
about that process?
I thought we were doing subject two.
Oh,
Rachel, you got me on something else. We can do that.
okay, either one. I could be on that call too, because I have to get your viewers like into millions. It's gonna
You crazy.
happen.
You wow.
You're gonna make it superstars. I'm telling you, you're gonna make it superstars.
You know what's crazy? This thing is bigger than I thought it could ever be. It's bigger than I
It
thought it could.
it is. All you gotta do is have a dream and a passion. I'm telling you, you have given me a lot of passion. You have given me a lot of inspiration. Everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Keep on some more of that. I don't hear that every day.
You ain't gonna have your wife beat me up. No, no, I don't play that.
She doesn't even watch this stuff.
Wow.
Let me tell you this. My wife wants to know what when is the check? Is the check here? That's all she want to know.
How that girl say? Cut the check.
All right, foreclosures. So you're dealing with people that are going. Do you have one now we could run? I remember you saying you had something.
Well, actually, the girl, when I told her to go to the judge, they denied her. They actually denied her for a stay because the property was not in her name. It was not in her name. It was her father's property, and she was just the executor of the estate.
Mm.
She was the executor of the estate.
So when you say that, You got a case number
Mm-hmm.
for my class that doesn't understand. You did the bankruptcy and you turned in. I'm presuming you filed bankruptcy.
She
Turned in
couldn't
the
even file bankruptcy, because the judge had denied her, because that was the next step that I was going to get her to do, was file bankruptcy.
yeah. You know what? I don't have that expertise.
Mm-hmm.
Whose
What
house? Huh?
what you said?
Whose name was the house in?
Or her father's, her father's.
Yeah, man. Hmm.
But I'm sure people would like to know how to short sell a foreclosure.
Well, I mean, we can get into that. It's really, I mean, huh. So short sale means we're just gonna get a discount on the loan. But Trisha, I mean, we don't know if this is even gonna work though. We don't know if the bank is gonna take. I mean, you just don't know when it's not like a strategy where you can go in and be like, we're gonna get this house, we're gonna short sell this house. You don't know
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna happen.
Okay.
You don't know. I mean, all you can do is turn in all the paperwork. You have to have the first thing you got to have. The house has to be listed. So you got to work with. What I'm saying work with, but you have to recommend them to a agent that's going to list the property.
Okay.
While it's on line, they may receive another offer. It might be higher than yours, lower than yours. I don't know.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, yeah, that strategy. I mean, it works. It will work, but it's not like a something that I want you building a business on, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's all up to the bank, Trisha, to verify whether they're. I mean, to make a decision. Say if you owe 300,000 and your offer is 240.
Yes.
What if the bank says, well, we're not going to go to 240. We're only going to come to 280.
Yes.
And I mean, it's no deal.
Mm. Okay.
So you
Okay.
basically, uh, once you deal with this, yes, you can give that a try. So you're basically saying they're going to foreclose. You want to try to do that and see if you can get a discount on the loan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're gonna do a BPO. Yeah, first thing you gotta have to get in touch with an agent. Do you have an agent up there that you're working with that's investor friendly?
No, not as of yet. No.
All right, so you first thing you got to do before you attack any of this crap, because none of this works if you're dealing with an agent that represents homeowners, the warm and fuzzy people that drive around and
Uh-huh.
that ain't gonna work. Before you even do any of this, you gotta go to your local RIA. Are you a member of your local RIA?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
When the last time you been there?
I went to one, actually. The local RIA that I went to was about a month and a half ago, and his name was Benedict Guinevere. He's a local rehab in Newark, and
Okay,
J Morrison happened to be there. That was the last time.
nice. I'm sure they're
Hmm.
doing big things up there, no doubt.
Yeah. Hmm.
You got to find an agent, investor friendly agent.
Investor friendly agent.
Now, what you might want to do, damn, you don't have any connection with a realtor. I'm here to tell you, man, your RIA, next thing is going to be go to Meetup.
Hmm.
Been there
Yes.
with for local meetups. And then the third thing that I do all the time, because, I'm coaching people around the country, bigger pockets.
Okay. Bigger pockets.
Do you have an account?
Yes, I do.
You want a ball. I have done this with my inner circle members. We do it together. Twitch searches out there. Matter of fact, in Indiana, you got to just keep running ads to see who is an investor-friendly agent that can also understand the process of short sales. And
Hmm.
sometimes in different cities they have short sale like negotiators, but I would
Yeah.
start. Do you have them up there too?
What, short sale negotiators? Yes.
See, the thing is, I mean, it's kind of touchy because I don't, you can do this strategy, but I just don't know if I want you out there trying to just get people in foreclosure discounting their loans. I've seen some information about guys that are like, because what they're saying is whatever price you agree to is the fair market value.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes if you don't have several people making offers, one may think that it's not the fair market value.
Yes.
You with me?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to like go on record of, and I consider myself an expert. So I'm like, yes, you can do this strategy, yes, but you got to just be real careful on buying it. Because are you buying these to hold, or what is your intention on getting out of them?
Well, actually, I was buying it to wholesale, or
Yeah.
you can't do that.
You know what? I am. I'm presuming you know me a little bit, but I have this mentality of I buy houses. I don't get sold houses. I'm an owner. I'm to the die entrepreneur, right?
Yes.
I do whatever I want. I mean, not whatever I want, but I kind of I walk like that in the streets. If I want to buy a house, we buy it, we do the deal, it's over. But the problem with these short sales, Trisha, is that the feds let's say for instance, let me do this. And you can look it up, it's right on the internet.
But I'm glad you go into this because of the fact that a lot of people are under the assumption that you can short sell a foreclosure, a pre-foreclosure, a foreclosure, that and you can wholesale that. A lot of people are under that assumption, and they're not understanding that there's federal ramifications behind this.
You're right. And I don't like it. I don't think it's fair. I believe that people should be able to sell whatever they want to whomever they
Exactly.
want.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to Mortgage Fraud Blog, you'll see it all on there. Matter of fact, I'm going to start talking more about this stuff in this new year here. Let's say they owe 300, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about right now, class, wholesaling and short sale. They owe 300, right? You do
Mm-hmm.
your magical stuff with the agent, and they do the short sale packet. They put it all in, do the BPO, all that crap, and they say, we'll take 240. But because you're an expert, you can wholesale it for 260.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make the numbers a little bigger because we're talking about wholesale prices here. Let's say 220. This is hypothetical, but this is really how it works. 220K. But
You
you're
want
an
to tell
expert,
you want
huh?
to tell the class what BPO is because people might not understand what BPO is.
Oh, that's right. BPO is broker price opinion. That's where the banks short sale representative sends out a BPO. The broker, somebody come out and say the house is worth X, but they don't know because they ain't going inside the house. Trisha, they just driving by. Have you done one of these before?
What?
A
Home?
BPO?
No, I haven't done it, but I'm trying to take the classes.
Oh yeah. So BPO. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. BPO class. You better go out there. If you have anything to do with one of these short sales, you better be there when the BPO, the broker, gets there to the house. Please. That's worth the price of admission today. You need to be there so you can tell them all the bad things that are wrong with the property. Because they're gonna get around, they're gonna do like this, they're gone. They're gonna send a bill to the lender for $150 or whatever they're charging for that BPO. So when they arrive, you can say, hey, Mr. Smith, check out the foundation here, look at the roof, look at this window, plumbing, electrical, whatever. And you can have your list there so you can walk them through all the problems so the numbers don't turn out crazy, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, be present. I'm gonna repeat that. Be present. If you're doing a short sale, buying a short sale, be present for the BPO always. Ah, all right. So say the bank agrees to a discount of 220, right? But you're a master. You got it sold for 240.
Yes.
But you're wholesaling it. I ran out of ink. I was what this stupid pen. 1 second. Your boy is prepared. Your boy is prepared. They're gonna wholesale it. Oh man, that looks better. 240. That's your profit of how much?
20,000.
Yeah, which up there is just a regular day. I mean, that ain't the prices up there. I mean, affordable housing is what? 250 up, 300.
What, affordable housing?
Where you at? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's about 300,000.
See, down here, affordable housing is like 130.
Really?
Yeah. So your profit, here's your wholesale fee, right? Your assignment fee. So what the feds are saying when you sold this property here, and I'm gonna show you, you can do this, but you can't do it like this. All right. My mentor has showed me this, Scott Jelinek. He showed me this recently. So you can do this deal, but not like this, not wholesale, because you want to wholesale the contract without ever buying it, right?
Yes.
So what the feds are saying in the indictment, you can read it, it's all on Mortgage Fraud Blog. Whatever discount price the bank agrees to, this 220, got me?
Yes.
That is fair market value.
Mm-hmm.
That is the value. And you have not, you can't extract any more value out of this house. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. Whatever discount the bank, because they got their BPO, right?
Yes.
The BPO is gonna come in, and I mean, we bought them for people owe 200. We bought them for 90. You know, it all depends on what the BPO comes back in.
Yes.
If the BPO comes in and whatever they come in and they say the discount price is 220, and your contract price is 220,
Yes.
the feds are saying that you whatever price you agree to is the fair market price, Trisha.
Yes.
And the fact that you, in between that closing time, extracted some more value out of that house, you got me? You're extracting more value, which is this 20 right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're extracting that value, and I don't think it's fair, but you know, I don't want to play with these people. They're saying when you extract this out, you committed fraud because you didn't tell the lender what the true value was because they're saying the value is 220. You got me?
Yes.
And it isn't right, Trisha. My thing is, why in the hell can I be a master negotiator, go in, negotiate the price of 220, then go flip it for 20 and make 20,000? Right?
Yes. I also feel that same way. Um, but can't you put if you're marketing this property, couldn't you put a marketing fee on it because you are marketing the property?
That's a good point. I do not know. So we say we got a $20,000 marketing fee on top of it?
I wouldn't say that extreme, but I'll probably say like, the regular wholesale assignment fee of $5,000.
5,000.
Because who's gonna believe a 20,000? What are you marketing?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get. I have some short sale acceptance letters. Have you ever seen one?
No, I haven't.
Let me see if I can pull one up for you. I'll be right back. I think
Okay,
they
no
have some
problem.
language in there that says can't transfer ownership.
Mm.
All right, hold on. Let me let in class. If you got any quick questions, we'll answer. We'll do Q&A at the end with Trisha. Trisha, I'll be right back.
Okay.
This is cool stuff you got going. Ellie 78 says the pre-approval letter will vary with the lender. That's why I like to have this thing live. They aren't usually universally the same. So, Trisha, I have a few houses that we bought for short sale.
Woo. That don't
Let's,
look like a few to me.
I mean, anyway, yeah, this is let's pull out one. Let's see if I can find a short sale acceptance letter. Let me read you this. This is one from the tenant that I just evicted.
That's not funny.
It is these fools, they pay me. I ain't gonna say their name. I effing love you. I found this letter with all my heart. I guess the husband left her. Anyway,
You did you okay? Now I'm asking you like an investor. You didn't do your due diligence.
I went into the house. They had these love letters on the thing.
No, but I'm saying before she moved into your house, you didn't like. You can't just take. You know. You know. You got to. I
Well, the
want to
thing
know.
is, I don't care. I'm gonna do. I mean, I resold it in a week. Got another down payment out of somebody. I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
So we got a down payment out of them, and then they moved. They got evicted, and I got another down payment.
So you did it as a subject too.
I own this one,
Oh, okay.
but this one, they don't know. Anyway, yeah, we get a down payment out of these people, and
Hmm.
then they don't pay. We have to resell it, get another down payment. Poor me. Poor me, right? Give me a second. Let me look through here. I know I've got to have it in here. So much crap, right? This is very cool. You getting it? You getting it today? We reserve the right to adjust any portion of this statement anytime. All right, I found it. Let me just read real quick. Here we go. Here it is. Here's a short. I see it. It says short sale affidavit.
Mm-hmm.
This is what the lender gives the closing attorney, because you're an attorney state, no doubt.
Okay.
Reason I know that because one of my first deals was in Jersey City, Trisha.
Oh wow, that's like 10 minutes away from me.
Jersey City blew up, did it?
Jersey City is, oh my God, an apartment the size of a closet is $3,000.
Holy cow!
It is it is when I say prime real estate, Jersey
You
City
know
is gonna
what?
do
I knew it because it's 5 minutes through the tunnel and you right downtown in the village.
it. No, you know, you mean New York,
I'm
Jersey
saying,
City.
yeah, New York, downtown New York.
It's 5 minutes, and the people from New York, especially after the 9/11 situation, they came to New Jersey. I mean Jersey City, New Jersey, and they are willing to pay. There's nothing for them to pay $5,000 to live in an apartment.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? When I was there back in 02, 03. I'm like, this is so underpriced because I was in the music business, traveling around Georgia, Florida, Miami, LA, and you could just see things as you look around the country. I'm like, man, this shit is. Our rent was like $1,000. We had a 3 bedroom, 2 bath. We're paying $1,000 back then.
Mm.
And dude, you would leave out of is it the Holland Tunnel? That's the one, right?
Uh-huh,
Right there.
Holland Tunnel.
Good God. As soon as you got out of the tunnel, we up there with Kennedy, man. Whew.
Yeah, you've been in Jersey City. You've been
Dude,
in
we had
Jersey City.
we had a ball. I knew it was underpriced. I'm like, dude, I can get because I used to work in the village. I
Hmm.
can work in 10 minutes, drive through the tunnel.
You
I'm
worked in
like,
the village. Now the village is very pricey, very very pricey.
yeah, it's even more than that. But I used to be a engineer doing working in clubs down there.
Hmm.
All right, so let's do this. Short sale affidavit says here. Uh, Exhibit D, there are no agreements, understandings, or contracts relating to the current sale or subsequent sale of the property that have not been disclosed to the servicer.
Mm.
Let's see here. That might not be. Let's keep reading. It says it right there, man. Let me repeat it again.
No, I got it. Unless you want to do it for your
And
audience.
that's it. You know, you try to assign your rights over. So, okay, let's go ahead and move on with what we're talking about so we can get you done. I can read some more if you want. I can get a whole bunch of other short sale letters if you want me to look for some more.
Mm-mm. No, I'm good.
All right, so it says that you can't sell it, man. So they're telling you can't sell it. I've seen them say you can't transfer rights or any type of ownership in the contract. But what you can do is all this is worked out here, right?
Yes.
You can close on it. Ooh, you know what? I have had short sale letters tell me that I can't even sell it for 90 days.
Mm.
Trisha, I can't even sell it for. So I have done deals where I had to buy it, and once you get to a level of sophistication in the real estate, we don't mind sitting on the house for 3 months. It's just
Mm-hmm.
part of the business. But we just sit on it, and then we just resold, or we did some work to it, but then we resold it. So let's say, for instance, if you didn't have a deed restriction that doesn't allow you to hold on to it, you're gonna have to do some repairs. Because if somebody knocks on your door, Trisha, and they say, "Well, listen, you bought this thing for 225, and then a month later you resold it for two. I'm sorry, you bought it for 220, and a month later you sold it for 245." You can always pull out your records and say, "Hey, yeah, we did X, Y, Z."
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so this is the only way that I'm gonna even. I just don't want to touch it.
Mm-hmm.
These dudes got indicted a few years ago, and you can just Google it and find out about it.
Oh yeah, I've heard that people, but I always thought that they might have been doing something, scandalous.
Well, scandalous can be anything under the sun if it's painted the right way, Treasure.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Somebody might say, Chris, you scandalous. You going on doing stuff on the internet. You know you ain't right for doing that stuff. I get tons of hate email from people when I'm evicting people, and it just comes with the territory. But somebody
Mm-hmm.
might see it as being. I mean, it's all about how you're looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else we got?
Okay. How about this? Let's do the subject to with the wraparound mortgage. I've heard people talk about that.
All right, do you understand what a wrap is?
No.
All right, great.
And this would be good because, some of the Facebook groups I've been in, they talk about wraparound mortgage of how to do one and they don't understand it.
Man, this is a great one. What's my sign? I don't Ashley. I'm a Sagittarius. I don't know if that got nothing to do with it. I don't know. Meredith, she's telling me yes. Hold for 90 days. That's right. You're absolutely right. Okay, wrap. All you have to do is think about Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
Something too. So first of all, let's get the wrap out of the way because I don't know why they make it sound so. The people in the game they call it an all inclusive wrap deed. They try to make it sound more than it is. You still with me, Trisha?
Uh-huh. Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. So here's the house. You getting the education today. This is so cool, man. I paid a lot of money to understand this. So the house currently has let's say 180,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
right now the house has a first loan. Paying rights a lot better. First mortgage of 180. All we are going to do We're gonna take that. This is our Christmas present. The house is your Christmas present, right?
Yes.
It's already been wrapped with that loan. That loan is the first wrap because we've wrapped it with the first wrapping paper, the first set of wrapping paper, if you will. All we're going to do, Trisha, we're going to take another roll of Christmas wrapping paper. We're going to wrap it again. All right, we're going to wrap it again. Take that present that's already wrapped, wrap it one more time. And I didn't think of this. I didn't create this. This is from my mentor, Greg Penio. So now we're going to put, let me do this, a second deed of trust on it for 20,000. So you got that visual with that Christmas present?
Yep.
So when somebody says, I sell it to you on a wrap, they just being fancy. So now this loan here is literally wrapped on top of the other loan that's already there.
Mm-hmm.
You got me?
Yes.
We're wrapping it on top of it. So all it means is you're going to pay 100. If you sold it tomorrow, you're going to pay 180 to the first, and then we're going to pay 20 to that second wrap note.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got that. That was easy. Now, if you buy, subject to means you're the new owner, right?
Yes.
You're going to take the deed with a wrap. Now, wow, whoever's doing this one is an expert.
Mm.
Where'd you get this from, by the way?
Actually I thought of subject to, but when you said subject to, or that you thought we were going to do subject to, I remember seeing somebody saying something with a rap, but they never said anything with a subject to. So I said you could probably do a subject to with a rap.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, you got me working today. All right. Whoever's doing this is an expert. Usually, when we take them subject to, I don't want to do a rap on it because that means they can foreclose on me. You got me?
Mm. Oh my gosh.
So, so we got. It's so hard writing on this board. So we got that first house, right?
Yes.
180K. Got the wrap, 20K. All right. So we
Mm-hmm.
owe. So what we can, yes, we could take the 80K subject to. We're gonna buy a subject to. You got all the docs for that, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So you're the new owner. So what experts will do, and I guess I would do the same thing. If I sold it subject to, I would create another wrap on top so that. All right, let me rewind a little bit. Let's rewind before we get into that. When you sell a house subject to, right? Say I'm the seller. If I sell you my house subject to, you're the new owner.
Yes.
What recourse do I have if you don't pay my loan? After you have the deed, you are the new owner.
I could file for bankruptcy.
I'm the seller.
Oh, you're the seller?
I'm saying, how do I come? What do I do to you to make sure that you pay those mortgage payments? I owe 180. My payment's 1,000 a month, right? I'm the
Yes.
seller.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, Trisha, if you don't make my mortgage payments, what can I do to you?
Really nothing.
No recourse. Matter of fact, the disclosures that you have outline we're taking all the recourse away. All the disclosures you have are letting them know that I ain't responsible for nothing. Now, an expert is going to say, you know what? I'll sign these disclosures. However, I want to be able to take my house back. Remember,
Yes.
foreclosure is a process by which the bank takes. I love it. I love the English language. Takes. You can't stop the foreclosure because I'm going to take it. Unobstructable. You got me?
Mm-hmm.
The reason we want to do a wrap, if you don't pay my first, if I am the seller, me,
Yes.
selling it to you, you don't pay my loan $1,000 a month, I'm 3 months behind, I'm going to step back in, make those mortgage payments, and foreclose on you with my wrap mortgage.
Oh my God.
You got me? So I'm going to foreclose on your behind because you made me mad not making my mortgage payments because you told me you would, Trisha.
Mm-hmm.
So That's why an expert, you talking about this is the sophisticated strategy here. And typically the people you dealing with, obviously, they're not even gonna know what a wrap is. However, from time to time you will deal with sophisticated investors that want to do this, and it puts your seller kind of in a position of more comfortability. Is that a word? They're more comfortable.
That's a word. Comfortability is word.
So now, if you don't pay my mortgage that you said you would, take it over my deed, I will foreclose on you. Now I got my house back. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You got me? So
So, in other words, the seller would be able to negotiate a subject to with the wraparound. So, if case somebody didn't pay the mortgage, the buyer didn't pay the mortgage, the seller can take the but a seller might 9 times out of 10 don't even know about subject to, so they wouldn't even know about wraparound mortgage.
nah, man. Usually. But as you matriculate, thank you, Hampton University, as you matriculate,
Hmm.
you will sell houses using this strategy here too. I just talked to one of my friends today. He sold one of his houses using this, but he's an advanced guy, you know.
Hmm.
And when you start selling houses, say for instance, if you bought a house sub two, right? You bought it sub two without a wrap, and you bought it. I will want you to sell it with a wrap. I don't want you out there. Say for instance, you bought a sub two from your seller, right?
Hmm.
And you want to get out of it, but your buyer doesn't want to use a lease option.
Yes.
Then you can make your wrap protecting you, be my client, right? We're gonna make sure you're protected. You're gonna put your wrap on top of that so you can foreclose because he's your new buyer is responsible for this loan payment, not you anymore.
Hmm.
Right? So we want to make sure we can foreclose. And God, I hope you don't have to foreclose, but sometimes you have to. And the reason you have to foreclose is because you are not the deed, you're not the owner anymore. Like when a bank can't do anything to the house until they foreclose on it, and
Yes.
you turn into the bank with your wrap. Got it?
Hmm.
Yeah. So advanced strategy. Whew, wow, that was a rough one. You
Mm.
got me working. All right, what else you got?
Um, let's see.
You got this down?
Yes, I do.
All right.
How about owner financing? Because some people have a little trouble with owner financing.
Owner financing. That is going to be a strategy that I will use when I get older
Hmm.
because I want to get the deed out of my name, right?
Yes.
When I get older, I want the deed out of my name. So when I go to the nursing home or my children kick me out of whatever I'm at and they put me in a home, I don't want them liquidating the little bit of assets that I have, right?
Hmm.
So I am still researching this. I've got a matter of fact, I've got an asset planner and my hard money lender working with me on this. They can make you liquidate houses that you own, but if you just have notes payable, it's gonna be a little more challenging to make them make you liquidate a note. You got
Yes.
me?
Hmm.
And the note business, I'm sure you know, is huge business.
Yeah, I do, and I've wanted to study that too. But let me concentrate on this.
You could do this. You'd be going crazy.
Hmm.
I mean, you gotta I would recommend you either focus on houses or notes for now. You know, so owner financing, same thing. We're talking about free and clear houses or houses with notes on them.
Um, I would say free and clear houses probably be a easy topic. So let's do a house with a note on it because sometimes people have to, calculate the numbers doing a note, and it sometimes may be hard to calculate the numbers.
With a mortgage.
Hmm.
You can do owner financing with the mortgages, almost like what we just did with the wraparound note.
Okay.
So you say you owe same type of thing. You owe 180K. They're gonna give you the deed, right?
Yes.
100K. You're gonna create a wrap. Now, say the house is only worth 180K.
Yes.
You can just create a wrap note and make it for $1,000 because you can't sell it for more than it's appraised for anyway, right?
You can?
You can, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. You won't be able to get a loan for more than what it's appraised for. You're right.
How about if it's but what if the person is coming for conventional? Conventional doesn't have those restrictions that a FHA would have.
Well, they're still going to get an appraisal, Trisha.
Okay.
Either way, you got to get an appraisal. I'm doing one now that I got to get two appraisals.
Oh wow.
So, same basic concept. Let's just say 20K. Same thing. You're going to put another. You're going to wrap it around. You're going to have you're going to go to a closing. You being the buyer, same principle. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna you're gonna give them the deed, right? They get the deed, and you go to second position. Good gracious. I guess that's the same thing on subject to owner financing.
Oh, okay.
Same thing, yeah. You go in second position.
But with a
That's
wrap,
our,
but then again, it's not that same thing because if the seller sold the house, then nobody's paying the seller. But owner financing, somebody's paying the owner.
you're right. Good point, good point. See, now you talking it out with me. So now that's right. Thank you. That's the difference. The seller's not paying this loan here.
Exactly.
They're paying you.
Mm-hmm.
And you better make sure your loan, whatever they're paying you, is more than what you're paying out.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. That's right. You're right. So we got 1,000 a month on this loan. So when I sell it, they don't even know. When you do owner financing, they don't even know that there's a loan here. All they know is you're buying it for 200,000. That's all they
Mm-hmm.
know, and they're gonna pay you $1,500 a month or whatever. So you get rent for if you get rent for $1,500 a month. Are you gonna keep? Are you as a seller? All you do is keep paying your $1,000 a month, Trisha.
Yes.
That's it. So they don't even know that there's the first there. When they go to closing, they'll sign the second deed of trust, and I mean they'll know at that time. But you keep making that's right. You keep the payments coming in. Thank you for helping me with that.
That's okay.
You got it. But still, it still deploys the wrap around mortgage.
Okay.
You got it. You ready to go?
You know what? It's so funny that you when you start talking things through and talking things with someone else, you find out you know more than what you actually know. You know more than what you actually know.
Yeah, you know I do it every day. I talk to people around the country. They start talking, then they be like, "Oh yeah, you ready?" I didn't even say anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. All right. Anything else we got?
Okay, how do you know? This is my last and final question. How do you know whether a deal is a subject to deal? What determines that? What determines the factors? Is it how much a person owes on the house? Does it have to be a free and clear house? Does it, how do you know that you could devise a strategy, an exit strategy, such as subject to? Because everybody now is on this wave of subject to, subject to, subject to, subject to, but you don't know if it's the house is being able to be determined as a subject to.
How do we know? Okay.
And I
Well,
think
there are.
people are just using it just to say because it's a fancy term and they just want to try something out. But I don't want to go to jail. I can't.
You know what's so weird? Right when I learned subject to, I felt like everybody was doing it.
Hmm.
This is back in '06, I think. I'm like, I let me tell you. Anyway, I know we got to get out of here. I heard about subject to, for 2, 3 years. I decided one day, you know what? I'm gonna master this. It took me about 2 years to master it. Buying courses and meeting people.
Hmm.
But people have been doing this since the beginning of real estate. How do you know if it's a deal? I'm big on defense, right? I
Yes.
always have stuff left on the right. I have closed deals, Trisha, where I come to the people's house with a deed, and they signed the deed on the kitchen table.
Oh my
But now,
God.
oh yeah, think about when you really boil this thing down. Think what is the definition? Well, what is a perception of selling a house? Right? What is selling a house? All it is signing a deed. They signed a deed. That's it. Now we as humans have created all this wrapped around loans, realtors, loan processors, banks, origination, closing costs, all that crap. We've wrapped it around the one thing that it takes to sell the house, Trisha, which is nothing but the seller signing a damn deed over to me. That's it. That's it.
Mhm.
So if you have a deed and you show up to somebody's house with a notary and they sign it, you now own the house.
Mhm.
And it doesn't even have to be recorded. Just because it's not recorded does not mean that it's not true. I've been down to court with that too. Done deals with people where they signed the deed but they didn't record it, and then they trying to sell it to somebody else. I've been there.
Mm.
So all selling a house is signing the deed. Period. All the other crap, title companies, attorneys has been added on to it. All right. Why can't we sell houses to each other without paying all these professionals?
Yes.
It's not right. So anyway, now don't get me on my horse on that. I don't want to get started on that one. So if a house has with equity, this is the first thing you look at. No equity. No equity with equity. You got to look at it some other ways. Sometimes you got negative equity, right? You owe more than what it's worth,
That means it's upside down, right?
upside down. But that's okay. I always use the analogy. It's kind of like if I own a house that's worth 200,000, right? But they owe
Yes.
$1 million,
Mhm.
but the payment's only $300 a month.
Yes.
You got a deal. I don't care what they owe. You with me? So if I'm going to buy it to cash flow it, I'm going to make $1,000 a month, but they owe $1 million. I don't care. It's irrelevant to me. Did you get that little thing? I don't want to leave you.
Okay, say it again because I was writing stuff down. I was writing down the negative equity, no equity, and equity.
Yeah. Well, no equity is worse than negative equity. I don't even want to get into negative equity. That means you owe more than what it's worth. But let's say you got a $400,000 house, right? That they owe a
Mhm.
million on,
Yes.
but the payment's only $300 a month.
Okay.
You're buying it for the cash flow stream. You don't care. I don't. The debt is irrelevant to me.
Mhm.
You got me? So sometimes the first thing you look at is that. Then the next thing you have to look at is the condition of the house. And that's irrelevant whether it has equity or not. What type of repairs does it need? Third thing is going to be the monthly payment. Typically, we're dealing with people with no equity. These are the best ones because it's easier to get them. You don't have to give out a large down payment. But over
Yes.
here, huh?
No, I'm saying yes. I'm doing it.
Yeah, over here you're gonna have to put. If they know they have some equity, you may have to give them a few dollars. But that's even the sweeter deal then, because you use that. You got that magic words in my real estate negotiating audio. How much do you need, Miss Smith? The magic script is how much do you need after the loan is paid off? How much do you need? They don't even know that they're negotiating against. Well, I don't say against themselves, but they're telling you, I owe 180. It's worth 200. All I want is 10 grand. That gives you the opportunity to deploy. Well, listen, you're going to get 10 grand anyway, so why don't I give you 10 and you let me go? And if I can take over your payments, it allows me to not have to go borrow another 180,000.
Okay.
You've already done it, Miss Smith. You've already borrowed the money. You got me?
Yes. Mhm.
You got to deploy that stuff. Deploy. If you want, I might do a discount on my negotiating audio at the end of this training here, just for today only. I got 11 audio training series where I recorded. I took a recorder in with me where we negotiated subject to deals with people.
Mm.
Powerful stuff, man. What happened was I got sick and tired of answering the same questions, so I just started recording my negotiations when I went to sellers' houses.
Yeah. Not only that, it gives your listeners of what questions to ask because a lot of people don't know what questions to ask so that
That's
a
right.
person can be agreeable because Sometimes people, even with cold calling, sometimes you don't know what questions to ask to get a person to say yes, that they
You
want
don't.
to sell their house.
You don't know what to ask. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, man. You can't go to a seller and be like, Miss Smith, could you sell your house subject to? You can't do that. They're gonna be like, what are you talking about? So if you have no equity to condition, if it's halfway livable, then you can go and check the monthly payment. Well, both of these are the same thing. So if the
Hmm.
monthly payment is not affordable because you have to be able to cash flow it, or whoever's moving into it, you got to look at the market rents. Is it affordable? If the rents over there are 1,500 and the payment is 1,800, even if you get a big down payment, your seller's not going to be able to last. And our strategy with subject twos is we can hopefully get some cash flow, but the big thing we want is that down payment.
Okay.
All right. I
Hmm.
was Go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Okay, got you. I was walking through one of mine yesterday, and a lady showed up. How much down payment do you want? I'm like, well, how much do you have? She said 12,000. So you always put it off on them. I'm flexible as long as you got something reasonable.
Yes.
You got that line down?
Hmm.
You got it. All right. So this is the three things: equity, condition, monthly payment. After that, we can negotiate because then you're gonna need to know how much the loan is in arrears, if it's in arrears. Because the arrears will determine how much of a down payment or money you can give the seller.
Hmm.
If they're 10,000 behind, then sometimes we need to come and play it. Miss Smith, we need you to participate in some of this arrears. I need you to holler at me with some money, Miss Smith. At the end of the day, us humans are used to being penalized for bad behavior. And one could construe or categorize not paying your mortgage payment as bad behavior. So sometimes we say, since you're so far behind, I always ask them, Miss Smith, how much do you have to make this deal work? How much can you bring to the table to make this deal work? We can bring X. How much do you have? And you will be surprised, but they'll say, well, I only got 3,000. Trisha, you'd be surprised at the amount of money you can get, the amount of money you can get out of sellers. You'll be surprised. And I'm not saying it's good or bad, but
Hmm.
at the end of the day, they're already behind. So prayerfully, they haven't run into a health issue or family
Yes.
issue or a job issue that has allowed them not to pay the rent. So if they have saved up some money, we'll ask them, how much do you have? And sometimes they'll have a couple $1,000s. Oh, the cavalry is here. I didn't know they were getting home early today.
Uh-oh.
All right, you good. So we straight on that. You got those, and you got to get the mortgage statement. I mean, you know this stuff
Mortgage
already.
statement. Okay. Yes.
You know that already, no doubt.
Hmm.
Mortgage statement, you got to have it. Hey guys, come on in. I know, y'all early today. How was it? How was it? Okay. Nothing. Don't worry about it. Lord. Yeah, they got poop. Take the dogs outside. All right, what else we got, Trisha? You good or we done?
I'm good. I'm
You
good. I learned
sure?
a lot in these past couple of minutes.
I feel like you've been doing some research. When you went to your RIA, what you say everybody wants to do subject to? What do you mean by that?
Well, it's not everybody wants to do subject to, a lot of the Facebook groups that, I'm in, everyone talks about subject to, subject to, subject to. And there are a couple of people that are really doing that. That's all that they do, subject to. So,
Really?
and everybody talks about it like it's the next best thing since sliced bread, but no one knows really how to do it. I know about two or three people that really know how to do it, but nobody really is practicing. Everybody's just doing the basic wholesaling thing.
Yeah, wholesale, Trisha, wholesale is great. I do it. I was started out doing wholesaling, but I promise you, at the end of the day, when you get, no one wins monopoly selling the asset.
Hmm.
No one wins monopoly selling all the houses. You
Yes.
got me? My
Hmm.
mentor used to be like, Chris, you can't win monopoly if you sell all the houses. And when I look back, oh my God, all the houses that I've sold, it's a crime. Wholesaling is cool, but all you're doing is flipping paper.
Yeah.
You know.
Hmm.
I think it's good though. You should wholesale.
Gotta start somewhere. Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, but you can wholesale these.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, I'm interviewing one of my guys tomorrow that we just wholesaled a subject to tomorrow evening. I got my guy coming over tomorrow evening. We'll talk about that.
Mhm.
You can wholesale those too.
Okay. And can I get an interview again? With the thing or whatever. Do you know the BRRR strategy?
BRRER. I have
Mhm.
only deployed that with my own house. We do. Are you gonna do that?
I'm going to do that too. That's the one. That's why I just got finished talking to the mayor's chief of staff to do the BRR strategy.
Are you living in it too?
I'm going to live in this one that I'm going to rehab. I'm going to live in this one.
Taylor, take the
And it's
dog.
a three-family house. I don't know if you all have three-family houses where you are, but it's a three-family house. And on the bottom, I could even make two little apartments. So I'm gonna just
Wow.
really try to cash out.
You can also deploy Airbnb too.
I don't want nobody in my house like that. Not like that. I know
What,
that's a really good, that people, do it or whatever, but mm-mm.
what's wrong with Airbnb?
I don't know too much about it. I really don't know too much about it, and but I know once I start getting everything, I will. But I've heard it's a moneymaker. It really
Gotcha.
is a moneymaker.
The three families, yeah, you can say hello.
Hi, hi, cutie.
Sit down.
Hi.
We get out of here. You're talking about BRRR. Yeah, buy, renovate, refinance, rent out, and repeat.
Mhm.
This is one of those things that kind of came around later in years. I was doing it back in '04 when I got my first place, renting out the rooms. Y'all take the dogs
Mhm.
out. Renting out the rooms. Yes, you can do that. I think that is the best way, in my opinion, to pay your house off quickly
Mhm.
because you get money from people every month, right? And then you can pay extra on your principal every month.
Yes.
Let the dogs out. Taylor, let them out. Morgan, let them out. Yes, I would definitely do that if you have good credit or you can do that on the sub too also.
Mhm.
Nice. All right. Anything else?
That's it. I really appreciate you.
I'm gonna do some Q&A. You can hang around or you can go, whatever you want to do.
Nope. I'm going to stick around.
Class, I'm gonna give you my negotiating article for $97. Sells for 250 just for today. I'll put a link in the video description. I have 11 audio recording series where I went into the houses of sellers. I got sick and tired of answering the same negotiating questions every day. So I took a recorder, got the sellers to sign a release, and we recorded our complete negotiation. Then, at the time, I had a recording studio. I still do. I narrated exactly why I was asking certain things. These are 11 audios with subject to how to buy at a discount for your wholesale, lease options, and owner financing, how to talk sellers into doing all that crap. I'll put a link here. And then, matter of fact, let me go ahead and find it real quick. I'll put it in if you want to get it. I'll put a link in the video description for anybody that would like it. Today only. I don't even really offer it for sale usually. Guys, can y'all take the dollars out, please? Bubba, take the dollars out. I'm gonna pee on my pooping and peeing. I got a house full of. It's like a zoo in here. Right, change the price real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna do some quick Q&A, then I'm done. Q&A is my favorite part. I get to hear what people are talking about. Everything okay? Are they going to church? All right, they sent me a text. 6 o'clock. Class, give me a few seconds. I'm gonna lower this price, and then you can go ahead and get knocking at it. I need to work on my links too. It's 250 now. How's the weather up there, Trisha?
It's raining today. It's raining. Yesterday it was about 50 degrees. It got really warm. So a lot of
Really?
people thought it was gonna snow again. And we were supposed to have a snowstorm, but it didn't happen.
I'm glad for you. Do you go to Brick City a lot?
I live right next to Brick City. I live like 5 minutes from it, 2 minutes.
Mm. You know, I love it up there, but I think I'd rather just come visit. So much
Yeah, a lot of
going
people
on.
can't handle it up here. It's different. It's different. Newark is different.
So,
Very
okay, class.
different.
Just refresh your screen if you want to get that audio, and we'll send it to you after we get done here. All right. Just for Q&A, because this is where all the jewels come in. You never know what people thinking over here. Screen if you want to get that audio, and what happened? Yeah, it rained a lot. It was a big. We had a big rainstorm today too, Trisha.
Mm.
It's probably we're gonna send it up there to you. All right, Ashley. Alley 178. Yes, we were talking about the short sales earlier. You can sell your contract or sell the LLC, but you gotta. Trisha, is that what we were just talking?
Yes.
That could be misconstrued as you trying to do some backdoor slimy flipping. You know, I'm not gonna say what we have done in the past, but I have seen people sell trusts. I've seen them sell LLCs, but we don't do that anymore. Well, we don't do that. Uh, Guy, you have subject to seller financing. You got sub to seller financing on a wraparound. How about the property taxes? Okay, yeah, Trisha, when on the property taxes on those wraps we talked about,
Yes.
you have to negotiate who's going to pay the taxes and the insurance. And I'm trying to think if how you buy is not how you sell.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that those taxes are getting paid, and sometimes the taxes and insurance are escrowed into the loan payment.
Hmm.
So, Di, you need to make sure that you are in charge, or you can either have a power of attorney to look over that stuff. Because the more money you put out, if it burns down, that's the more you lose. Insurance, yes, you need to be an additional payee, a lost payee on that. Realist, what up, brother? I think New York is an attorney state too. That's right. Why you gotta use attorneys up there in New Jersey? People that's shady up there?
Yeah, when it's doing closing, I mean, I wouldn't say that, but they're closing. But I've seen a lot of people. There's a lot of title agencies up here too. So,
They still got an attorney somewhere though. I know. I thought Jersey was an attorney state though.
hmm.
They're gonna probably have an attorney somewhere on file.
But you know what? The weird thing about it is the lower part of New Jersey, you don't have to have an attorney.
Oh, really? So it's city specific.
I think so. Yes. Like, cause I guess it goes towards Philadelphia. So the bottom part of New Jersey, you don't have to have a attorney to close.
Gotcha. Let me get my headset real quick. You good, man?
Get Billy back in now. That is something that he can talk. That's okay. That's okay. I'll just lock him in right. Mitzi. Oh. What? It's where come back. Because I have to tell you.
Thoughts on buying foreclosure properties? Yeah, that's my favorite thing to do. Foreclosures are my favorite. I love the high stress. Patricia, I don't know how you all would stress, but foreclosures, they're just my favorite because there's so much stress.
But I heard the payout is really, 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 whew, it's
Yeah, man,
really good.
so much stress. I love it. Well, I live in the high stress aspect of real estate, you know?
Hmm.
That's why you can't do a double close and wait. Yeah, you got to wait to sell the house.
Mm.
Um, Somebody lets me get mad. No, so I try not to get mad, realist. Marble, can you homestead property you're living in if you put it in a land trust? Can you homestead a property? What is homesteading a property, Marble Grass? I don't know what that is. But I would recommend anybody in America to not own your house in your name. I mean, I don't
Hmm.
know. It's just not a smart thing to do. That's my sign. I don't know that Sagittarius. Who the heck they got? Maryland,
Seems like
Meredith.
your wife gonna have to come and beat somebody.
Basically, you gotta do some whacking. That's right. You need to hold for 90 days. That's right, Meredith. If you're holding it, 90-day deed restriction, they can put in the deed. You cannot sell this house for 90 days. Isn't that cool?
Hmm.
It's amazing. I'm like, I do what I want. I sell. I just bought it yesterday. I want to sell it today. It ain't right, Trisha. How the hell you gonna put a deed restriction on something I just bought? Deed restriction.
And you know what? Also, if you sell your house, that doesn't. I don't know how it is where you are, but with up in New Jersey, if you sell your house, you have to find something in a certain amount of days or months or whatever, or you have to pay taxes. I shouldn't have to pay taxes on that. It was mine.
Jersey's funny. I remember paying those taxes. I think I had to file a special thing to get some of it back, like the next year. You're right. I remember.
I shouldn't have to pay. That's my house. Why I gotta pay tax?
They collect them. They collect them out on the HUD. I've never seen that before.
Oh
The
my
state,
god.
the state taxes, right?
I think so.
I remember that. I had to file something with the IRS trying to get it back. Doesn't the addendum stop the 60-day 90 restrictions created by the attorney? Legal, the attorney does not create the deed restrictions. The seller does. The bank on the short sale. Seasoning. I don't know if they require seasoning sometimes. Realist. Kobo, you got two deals. Let me know if I can help you with that. Ashley, my anger. I don't have anger. Oh, he's talking about realist. Yeah. Eric, what up? Hey, you up in Jersey? Do you want to let our viewers know what your tag is for your social media? So maybe I'm telling you the gold is in the networking, Trisha.
Yeah, I mean it's Trisha Johnson, and you can
Trisha
look me
Johnson.
up on Facebook. I'm not with the what's the other things, the Twitter, and I can't do all that. I don't know how to do all that. Um,
Technology.
it's just too much passwords. I can't remember all the passwords. So it's Trisha Johnson. If he wants to hook up and we can,
Yeah, man. That's absolutely.
hmm
The money is in the gold is in the networking. I have people I call when I don't know the answer. TB Williams wants to know what city or state are you going to be investing in, Trisha?
New Jersey for right now. I'm looking to Philadelphia, North Carolina, and Texas. I don't know what's going on in Texas, but I know Texas is on fire.
Yeah,
It's on fire.
that's what I've heard too. Beezer wants to know if you pass your property into a trust, does the wrap protect the property from being sold by the trustee? No. The trustee can do whatever. They are your employee. They do whatever
Hmm.
the hell they want.
Because the trustee now owns the property.
They own the property for you.
Hmm.
That's right. But with that wrap, Beezer allows you to foreclose. That gives you the unobstructable right to take back the house. So that's why having that wrap is so powerful.
Hmm.
If you're you better Beezer, you better not be having a trustee you don't trust anyway. I'm gonna whack you for that. I'll be your trustee. I do it for people all around. It's $100. Robel sub two is acquisition. Wraps is a disposition. That's right. Good point.
This is what I wanted to know. I'm
Go ahead.
sorry, you got to
Go.
answer. If somebody is a trustee and they die before you, how does that happen? How does that work?
It's very simple. You either don't do nothing, don't do anything until you go sell it. At which time you're gonna bless you. At which time you're gonna turn in a successor trustee document, affidavit,
Hmm.
saying that Chris Haskins was well, don't put me there. Joe Blow was the trustee on the original trust. Now the successor trustee is Mr. John Davis.
Okay.
All it does is it takes the old one off, put the new one on, you go to closing. Second thing you can do is record a corrective deed with the new trustee so it's on public record if you feel comfortable about that.
Okay.
But either way, yeah, don't worry. If the trustee passes, they get hit by a car, it's irrelevant. You can fire them, hire them at will. They don't need to sign anything for you to fire
Okay.
them. All right. I asked that same thing back in the day. Do I have it? Mr. James White. What up, James? Short sale packet. No, they are lender specific. Lender specific. We just got one under contract yesterday, and every lender has their own packet. But what the seller's going to have to turn in is bank statements, They're gonna have to turn in a hardship letter. This guy we dealt with yesterday is having a stroke. He had a stroke, poor thing. And they're gonna have to turn in tax returns to the lender. Williams, can you convert a lease option to a sub two with a wrap? Yes. You guys, please connect on this chat box over here. This is where the money is. I promise.
Yes.
So, Chris, will the foreclosure process be long, like with the banks, or short sale, or short like an eviction? Oh, when I foreclose? Oh, yeah. If I'm going to do a foreclosure, I have never done one personally. I only have friends that have done them. My mentor Scott, if you saw his video, he's done a couple of foreclosures, cost him $5,000, and my hard money lender does them all the time. I mean, it shouldn't take more than 30 to 45 days. You got to put it. It has to be advertised in the local newspaper. But you don't want to do that. Just stick with the land contracts or the lease options. Eric says you're asking great questions, Trisha.
Oh, wow. Tell Eric I said thank you.
Eric, y'all need to connect. He's up there in Jersey. I just talked to him the other day. He's an
Well,
electrician up
tell him I'm on Facebook, Trisha
there. Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah, go to Facebook, go to Facebook. This is the first time I've heard anyone explain the rap strategy. Can a player get $1? Can a player get I'm out here working. How much money have I spent on my education? I just don't. I can't even count. You added an extra digit, Chris. Needs fixing. Is that something in for the negotiating audio? Did I mess it up? I'll fix it. JH, I'm working on the site with all my training products, man. I'm not, I'm not like out here salesman trying to hype up stuff. I'm doing it, and I just happen to just offer the stuff that I have for my family members. But I am working on that.
Yeah.
Hey, your friend's Rachel, Trisha. Your friend Rachel's on here.
I don't know who that is, but
She
hi
said she went to
anyway.
a Christmas party.
Oh, the one I was supposed to go to, Glenn Galucci. Yes, Glenn Galucci is a hard money lender in New Jersey. Yes.
Oh, nice. You left the lady hanging. That's terrible.
No, somebody backed out on me. I couldn't get a ride there.
That's terrible. All right, I think that's it. Trisha, thank you so much for hanging out with me.
I thank you so much, Chris. Thank
All right.
you. Kiss everybody. Thanks.
Yep. Any other questions you have or problems, send me an email. And on that subject two thing, please get some assistance if it's not me.
No, I'm getting
She messed
you.
it up.
I'm getting you. Nobody else.
I'm more than happy to help you, but you can really mess it up with the insurance. I want to make sure you do that right. You got to make sure the lost payees right.
Didn't I just say I'm getting you? I'm
All
getting
right.
you. So I'll be like,
All right.
yeah.
God bless you. Talk to you soon.
Okay, talk to you soon.
All right. Peace.